be loud, we can be loud. If you want to be quiet.
Hey, that's what power metal's about, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Be loud whenever you need to. Well, first, guys, I want to say, thanks for joining me today. It's a pleasure to speak with you. I've been listening to the band for a few years now, and I really like what you guys are doing.
Nice.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad to have you. And it's it's great to see that you had a new album come out. That came out April 7th, I believe, correct?
March 3rd, right?
I'm not sure.
March in Sweden we released in March, but
Okay.
maybe with a delay for it.
So they kind of have that set up as so the US date might have came out a little bit later.
Maybe.
So anyway, but still, I mean, I was real happy to see the new album was out. And everything that I listened to was excellent too. I mean, it's maybe a little bit different than the first one, but it's
Yeah, it is.
but what's nice about it is like the songs I heard, like they crashed in the storm. Obviously the new video and A Line of Fire. But it's an excellent album start to finish.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
We think so too, actually.
It's all like I said, it's always good to to hear new stuff. Tell us about the new album. How did it come about? It was I believe your last one was 2017, correct?
Yeah, correct.
So tell us about the new one.
It's more of like a concept album, starting with we have some Wasteland Symphonies Part 1, 2, 3, I guess. Yeah. But the concept album altogether is about the apocalypse of the world, how we treat the world, how we see it falling apart as environmental or war. We have a war next door here, as you know.
Right.
So it's mostly about the
world today.
The world,
yeah.
How we treat the world and how it's all going straight down. What do you call it? To hell. Straight down to hell. Maybe.
That's the truth too.
Yeah, it's the truth. So it's kind of a more darker sense, a more darker tone to it than the first album, Victorious. So
less dragons and and princess and stuff.
That's it.
Yeah.
What I liked about it is like you said, it's a concept album, which is really good. But it when I listen to it multiple times, because I like to actually capture, before I even do the interviews or do any type of album review. And what I like about it is it's very deep. It's very well thought out. And when a listener listens to this album, it's it kind of provokes thoughts.
Yep.
And that's really comes across well with this.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's something we're aiming for.
Yeah, that's the whole idea of the album, to start to get people's mind going about what's happening around.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You finish your thought.
We have, I think it's like one song that stands out. It's the Siege of Jerusalem. That's the most historical lyric. But it's also about the Siege of Jerusalem, the war that's followed. And so that's the only track that really stands out, I think.
Yeah, but I think also the Siege of Jerusalem, you can apply the lyrics also to the time we're living today. This happens a couple of 100 years ago, but same shit is going on today, and nothing good actually comes out of it.
History repeats itself.
Yeah,
that's the truth. And it's it's nice to hear an album like this too, to, like I said, to make people really think about what's going on, because it's like you guys said, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And to come across, for musicians to come across and people listen to what musicians do, and you guys are kind of like I'm not going to say so much the preachers, but you help people to connect, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
That's what it's all about. You said it before. That's what metal is all about.
That's definitely it.
Yeah.
Definitely it.
Yeah.
You know, this album, you know, lyrically, like I said, is very well conceptualized, which I liked about it. You know, what was nice about this is we get promos, you know, from the record labels, and we get to listen through and things. But yours has the actual lyrics in it, in the promo, which I really liked. You know, like They Crash the Storm, you know, starts it out. And it's about a soldier preparing for battle, you know, at least you know, what I, you know, how I perceived it. And you know, how it, you know, kind of like how they had that uncertain feeling, you know, when you go in, you know, you don't know if you're going to come out, you don't know what the end's going to be. You know, what was, you know, behind some of these songs? Can you give us a little background on, you know, like say a song like that, you know, how did you guys conceive it?
The Crash in the Storm, it's really about, as you said, preparing for war. A couple who will be separated by the fact that the war is coming. He's leaving for battle, and this what do you call it? The thing we want to point out with the lyrics, as they crashed in the storm, the angels are falling. That's the symbolic of the whole song, is that when he falls in battle, the angels fall, she sees it, and that's the real connection. Kind of a cute story, romantic way of story, but well, the lyrics came across me quite fast, and I just put it down.
Yeah,
It has to. Go ahead.
and besides being romantic, it's also very tragic.
Of course,
we think.
Yeah.
Imagine picking up the phone, someone on the other end says it's time to go to war, and you have to leave your loved ones.
Right.
That's not a great feeling.
No, definitely not. And that's why I said I like the way, you know, that the story was described too lyrically, because it had a real nice flow. And like I said, with all of this album, it's very thought-provoking. If anybody had any ties to, you know, a soldier or anything in any instances like that, I think you guys really came across and did this very well.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys probably over there in your country, more people could relate than people here in Sweden or Scandinavia. You know, we've been blessed for like hundreds of years with no wars. So actually, you could say we don't know what we're talking about, but
you know what?
We can imagine.
Even if you didn't, though, you know, like you said, I mean, it's very well put together, and it's you know, and it's like you said, it's unfortunate that we over here have to, you know, have so much to think about.
Yeah.
As opposed to, you know, I kind of wish it was like that here. You know, and maybe one of these days we'll figure it out. You guys got to come over here and preach it, you know.
Just tell us when we'll be there.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, what's it like for Kardinal Sin going into the studio? You know, it's I know a lot of bands are different, and you know, but today's, you know, the way things are recorded now, it's hey, I'm going to send you this track, or you know, we're going to do this. It doesn't have the, you know, the studio feel. What's it like for Kardinal Sin to go in and record an album like this?
Want to answer this?
No.
Really, I think we're kind of like most other bands. We do our demos, what do you call it? Demo versions.
Yeah.
At home in our own studios, and then we show it to the rest of the band, and then everyone puts their effort in and put their soul into it and put their mark to it. So even if I wrote the lyrics and make the song melodies, Danne is the one who will make it happen on the record and in the studio. So unfortunately, there's not so much rehearsal nowadays.
No, there's not.
Right.
You know, mostly goes from the demo version right in the studio, and you create it from there. just like many other bands. I think it has to do with time.
Time and also money. Studio time is pretty expensive, so
Yeah.
you better be prepared when you get to the studio.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but about time, I mean, we don't have the time to be in the rehearsal for like 3 days a week. We rehearse maybe 1 day a week, and then you can't rehearse for an album on 1 day a week. So that's why we go from the demo version into the studio and we make it happen there.
Yeah.
And we record most of the things ourselves. The drums we record ourselves. Then we take the bass and the guitar playing in our own home studios. We have our technician Michael Werner who helps us, and he has all the equipment we need to get the result we want.
Yeah. And to be honest, for me, I think being in the studio is not so fun. Standing there, headphones on, don't be too close, don't get too far from the microphone.
Right.
I heard a rooster in your throat. Fuck off! Give me a seat. I want to go on tour.
Yeah, that's the part they need to record, huh?
Yeah.
But you did an excellent job this time compared to the first time.
Okay. Maybe I matured.
Yeah. Grown up once.
Yeah.
Finally.
You know, it's really good to hear, you know, what you guys, you know, do like this, because, you know, you look at the band production, and you guys aren't just like a 4-piece act either. I mean, you know, with all the different elements, excuse me, to come in, the keyboards and vocal and all the changes. I mean, it really says a lot to, you know, the recording process and how it comes about, because it really is an excellent piece of work. I mean, the whole album, the whole way through, just sounds great.
Thank you. You make us blush.
Hey, that's the media's job, isn't it?
I guess.
But really, it is, and I what I like about what you guys do is the different elements in the music, and it's not just a straightforward rock and roll or straightforward power metal. You guys kind of have the, you know, the symphonic piece to it, beside the, you know, or operatic piece even in some cases. What's it like for you to write a song? I mean, what's the writing process about? Is it something that you sit down and you say, well, hey, we have a hook here, or, you know, how does a Kardinal Sin song come about?
Yes, that one.
Yes.
For me, I start all the songs I write to the album. Anyway, I start with an acoustic guitar, just to find the lyrics, just to find the melodies, the hooks, and the chords, and then I take it into my own studios and make like emo version of my vision of the song, how I want it in tempo, how the feel would be in the song, and then I show the rest of the guys quite easy version of the song, and then we take it from there. That's I think both me and Thomas works in the same.
Yeah, I think so.
Same.
I think that it's mostly it's Micke and Thomas. They are like writing 90% of the songs, and I think the difference between I call him Mike, Mike and Thomas is like when Thomas brings the demo to the rehearsal rooms, it's almost like a finished product. Yeah. It's so well produced right from his
he does everything.
Yeah, he does everything. And I think most of all the symphonic parts we have to give the credit straight up to Thomas.
Yeah,
he's like the virtuoso
magician with the keys.
Yeah,
no, he's got this wonderful talent to arrange a song, find the right sound of his keyboards to add to a song.
Yeah, and he also knows like all the chords. He knows G, A, B, and a lot of chords you never heard of.
And I only know E minor.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's the way heavy metal is supposed to be written, in E minor.
E minor.
That's it. Hard and heavy. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, so Sophie is also a very, very talented musician.
Yeah.
She also knows all the chords. So when she and Thomas get together, it could be like, but in the end, something really nice do come out.
Yeah.
That has to be, that has to be amazing. I mean, at least, for me and the way I understand music is to go in and write something acoustically, and then to see it, transform itself into this. So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty amazing how a lot of guys write like that.
Mm-hmm. You look at the song Velvet Lies. It started out like a really soft ballad on the acoustic guitar. I think, okay, maybe this isn't for the guys. Maybe I put it on my solo project, whatever that is.
Right.
The cheesy stuff.
It's the cheesy stuff. What I write for the ladies.
That's it. Hey, somebody's got to do it, huh?
Someone's gonna do. It's not a night job, but then we sat down and together with Thomas, we arranged it, and we took it up a little bit in tempo, add some guitars, add some more keyboards to it, and then okay, this is a mid-tempo, nice kind of tune. So,
but the working name was The Ballad.
The Ballad is the working name on the Velvet Lies song.
And that's what it transformed into, huh?
Yeah,
I guess it's the most ballad-ish song on the album.
Yeah. It's love and shit,
That's after you go through all the grief and everything that the concept's about.
Then
right?
you earn some love in.
It's a lot of work to earn it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And we altogether we don't know.
No.
Well, the love is the music. That's really what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's really what comes down to it. You guys are a fairly, I'm not going to say a brand new band, but you're a fairly new act. You formed in 2014, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, it's melodic power metal, from Sweden is what I really like. I like what a lot of the bands over in Europe, what you guys do. You released your album Victorious, which I thought was another great album. Like I said, it was a little different from this one. It was more of the power metal sound, I would think. Can you tell us about how the band got started? Back in 2014, how it was formed. What was the process?
You go.
Okay.
Take it from the beginning.
Okay, from the beginning. Also, a few of us guys played together many years back. We played together in I think you call it in America a top 40 band. Played cover music, other people's songs.
Right.
So we've been doing music for a lot of years together, and then we got separate ways for a few years. So, and
Kids growing up.
kids came into the picture, and they took some time. But then we thought that maybe we should put the band together again, and we started up and called ourselves Rough Diamond for about 7-8 years.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, 7 or 8 years, something. We had many changes of members in the band, and when we had changed so many, and we also had a problem with the name Rough Diamond. We got like tons of emails from diamond dealers in South Africa asking us if we had some diamonds to sell. We said, please look at the page. We're a rock band.
This is the first.
Oh, that's cool.
Signed
Nice.
by Pontus Norgren from Hammerfall. He produced it.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Great band, too.
So then in 2014, we announced that we were going to break up the band.
Yeah.
And so we did. But at the same concert, we said, that's it. Thanks for us. Here's a new band. This is Kardinal Sin. And we started up with a pretty new lineup.
Yeah, pretty new lineup.
Yeah.
New logo, new everything new,
Everything
new
new.
songs. And everything.
Yeah.
And it was when Thomas came into the
Yeah.
band with the keyboards. We didn't have a keyboard on that one that I showed you. And then Jocke
Yes.
got in. So we're a totally new band, and we were going to another darker sound than we had before. So
Yeah.
that's the
I think that's how it started.
That's really neat to hear. I mean, you hear a lot of the acts that, some of them I've been talking to that start out, obviously as cover bands. And over here right now, that's huge. The people actually, they're flocking the bars and the clubs, to see these cover acts. And it's great to see that start though, because you finally get to that point to where you say, well, we want to do our own thing. And you want to get out there and really project what you guys are about and bring your feelings into it. And that's what I like about this band, right here. And then hearing about that start and where you guys came from, it's really an excellent progression from 2014 until now. I think it really sounds fantastic. The cohesion's there. You're sounding really tight.
Yeah, thank you.
So the debut Victorious, like I said, was an excellent album. And I wanted to get into that one a little bit. It's like I said, it's more straightforward. It's more the strong, power metal side to it.
Yeah.
From the opening track, I hope I get this name right. Patria.
Oh, Patria.
Patria. Okay.
Patria it's the Latin word for fatherland.
Okay. And that that song to start that album, is an excellent opening track. And I got a lot of favorites from this. Mastermind, Revenge of the Fallen, Attack. What I liked about that album is, especially like Attack, if you listen to that, it has that, that groove. It's like a Dark Ages type vibe.
Yeah.
What was it like, when you guys writing, those songs and, from that first album?
That's an old song.
That's an old song.
Yeah.
We wrote that one. I guess that's one of Thomas Gustafsson's songs, and I think he took the concept of the things we did before on this one. We were into many dragons and knights and
you can hear a lot of influences from bands like Iron Maiden, Accept, Judas Priest,
Right.
Galloping twin guitars.
Right.
So I think Thomas took the concept of the song right into it, and here's a song for you.
Threw it at you, yeah.
So he started to write songs that we thought we wanted to make, and then we have to correct them a little bit and make them more modern or more into our way of thinking, so like that before. So I think Attack is a quite unique song for the Victorious album. It's
I think I have to check. Is it on this album as well?
It's
No.
on the Victorious album. No, it's on the Victorious album.
But there are some songs from here which made it to the Victorious album, right? Dragon's Fall?
No songs from there.
Oh, this is history anyway.
Hey, surprise, there it is.
Confused him. It's quite some time ago. So.
Yeah, so you guys, you transferred that sound though, some of the sounds from that, that first one too, Victorious, and like I said, it came off as a fantastic album. I mean, that was your debut too, so for a band to have that kind of debut is always a good thing, because you can see where, the debut obviously, and how the band has grown all the way up until this new album.
Yeah, I think so. We were very happy with the deal we got from Massacre to release Victorious, and we were on the roll, to say.
At least on the road.
We had some great festivals in Sweden in the start of 2018, right?
19.
20?
Yeah.
The year before someone ate a bat in China and the whole world.
Right. Unfortunately, yep.
Yeah.
So we blame the pandemic for standing where we are, and that's also one of the main reasons for the why it took so long to get S.A.L.I.G.I.A out in there, because we hold it no sense of releasing an album during the pandemic.
No.
Yeah, there's
and also we like the air got out of us when it was like they swept away our feet. We did some pretty big festivals during the summer of 19, and we pretty much had a deal with going to Sweden Rock Festival. That's the biggest in Sweden, the really big festival.
Right.
And then the COVID pandemic came and like swept away our feet. So I think we like got a little broke down.
And then there was
like lost our momentum there.
Right.
And but Massacre Records had been fantastic, giving us all the time we needed. They said, don't rush, do it the best you can, so take your time. So Massacre have been treating us fantastic.
That's great to hear, because when you come off of something like that and knowing that, hey, we're on a high here, we're doing these festivals, and that happened for a lot of acts, just having your legs knocked out from under you. But in a lot of cases, and I see it here with you guys, is you came off of that even stronger than ever. You had to be hungry, and vocally, lyrically, and everything that you put into this one, he probably I'm sure has ties to how you felt coming off of that pandemic, because it was it was tragic for this world.
Yeah.
And it's kind of conceptual to the album as well. We we released the song in the album this year. Last year, Putin invaded Ukraine, and we have some of the. It also makes the record more. It makes more sense for the record to come out now. If I had released it before the pandemic, maybe it's not the feeling wouldn't be right. No.
You guys, you're talking about the festivals and everything right now. Do you guys feel that everything is starting to come back to that, what they say, new normal or whatever? But it just seems like it's it's opening up a little more, and it's good to see the festivals back, and the bands being able to do what they do, because that's what this is all about. I mean, especially metal.
Absolutely.
You guys feel like it's coming back?
Absolutely, it's coming back. But for a band like Kardinal Sin on our level, let's say, we were on our way up here, but there are other bands, a lot of really good Swedish metal bands who were up here, and when the pandemic struck, everyone fell down. So now we not just lost 2 years, it feels like we lost 4 years, because all the bands who were here are ahead of us already.
Right.
So they are hungry too, to go and take all the slots on the festivals and gigs. So
it's quite hard to get.
It's going to be a hard, tough ride.
Yeah, it's quite hard to get into the festivals if you don't have, or let's say, top 40 band in Sweden.
Yeah,
if you're not the festivals, you have to be very onto them and have a way in from the side, from the side. Maybe know someone who knows someone, and so on.
I think the festivals for this year, and also for 2024, are probably most of them are booked already.
Right. And you're right too. Everything in this, it seems like everything in this business, you always have to know somebody or have that side in, like you said. But
or the timing, the timing is also it has to be perfect.
right. What I think what's good too is you guys have a new album right now going into that season, you know.
Yeah.
So it's it kind of gives you some leverage too, because you say, well, you know, we're here to play, but we also have new material too. We're here to start, and you know, and like I said, what I see out of this band is growth, and I see a band that's you know, it's hungry, and I love hearing that come from the music too. That's the cool part about metal is, man, you know the guys that are hungry because you hear it in everything that you do, and I think it's great for you guys.
Everything to do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe if we had released the album in the fall of 2022, maybe we had some better chance to get on the festivals of this summer. Now we lost the chance to get in on the biggest, the larger festivals.
Yes, absolutely. Now we have to hope that Guns N' Roses cancel so we can take their slot or something.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, with those guys, that's a possibility. Big possibility.
We can take the 2 first hours of waiting. We can take that stuff.
That's it.
I think we, if we get any festivals this year, we should be happy, or maybe, or otherwise we for just
Aim for the next year.
aim for the next year.
Yeah.
You know, you brought up we brought up about how you have to have the contacts to get into these things and you know somebody and make those kinds of moves. What's it like from a band's perspective, promoting a new album? You know, what's some of the things that you guys do? I mean, is it social media? Is it you know, connecting with the fans, you know, in different aspects? How do you guys go about doing a promotion?
The first promotion of the album is a label company. Massacre did the first one, and then we try to spread it all over in a different kind of hard rock groups on Facebook or on Instagram. Try to just make ourselves visible as possible. Then we have sorry to say, we have some problem with our Kardinal Sin page.
Yes, the Facebook page. Someone stole it from us, and we cannot get it back.
Or we don't think so.
No,
because we don't get any reply from Facebook. They're one of the largest company in the world. They have the most what do you call it? The worst custom service ever.
Agree.
So we're trying to get our our page back, but if we don't, we have to start a new one. So
and if we start a new one, that's pretty much like starting from zero.
Right.
So we have some issues to take with Facebook.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people go through that too. I mean, you know, my wife went through the same thing. Lost her, somebody stole it, and you had to go through all these steps to get it back, and she never got it back. She had to start a whole new one, and that's got to be tough for an artist too, because you guys had thousands and thousands of followers.
Yeah.
So now you got to kind of backtrack.
Yeah,
that's pretty much impossible.
Right.
So we have to we'll do something.
Could you help us maybe? You live in the same country as Mark does. Could you please look him up and
knock on his door and say what
twist his hair?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Give access to the page, man. Do it.
It's it. Sometimes you need to twist more than that to get it done. You never know with that though. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, we'll spread the word for you guys to connect, get people to connect with the page. You know,
appreciate
that's what we're here for, is media. I mean, like I said, I love the music. I love what you guys are doing. I love, you know, I'm just not into the huge acts. I listen to, if I like it, you know, I'll be listening to you guys for years and years and years and spreading the word, because it's really good stuff.
Oh, cool.
Thank you very much. It really warms our hearts. It does, actually.
Very much.
It's nice to hear.
you know, like as a fan, I appreciate what you guys do, not just, you know, from the media side, because I look at this from a fan's perspective and say, you know, if I'm going to listen to an album, I'm going to listen to it. I'm not just going to jump, you know, on a couple tracks and then do an interview, because it's the least that we could do as a media to, you know, give you guys our best, because you know, this is your art. This needs to be appreciated from all aspects. And I think there's a lot of it out there that just isn't appreciated. And it doesn't come from me, because I love what you do. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We totally agree. I mean, actually, there's a lot of artists out there who deserves more attention and respect for their artwork, as you just said it is. So
it's really, you know, it's really the best art, at least in my opinion, because, you know, you can look at a painting and appreciate it, but when you listen to music, there's so many aspects of it that you can relate to as a person. You know, the feelings, the, you know, and the history that you guys put into this, you know, lyrically, and the way it's written. There's so many things that tie it all in, and I think that's you know, that's the best way to say about music, is it's by far the best art.
Yeah, I agree.
totally agree. That's why we're into this.
Yeah.
That's why you guys do what you do.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly why.
That's it. It's appreciated. You know, in closing here, you know, the new album obviously is out. You know, it's a fantastic album, very fantastic album. Is there some things that you guys want to get out to the audience? You know, just, you know, what's coming up, what's in the works, any shows that are coming up?
Not any shows right now. As we said before, the festivals are fully booked, so we are trying to see something in the fall, maybe. Local gigs in Stockholm, and the Sweden area, if you know what I mean. Just to get out there, show ourselves. We have a new record out. So
start writing new songs for the third album. Hopefully it will progress a little bit faster than S.A.L.I.G.I.A did, but who knows? Who knows?
Not 6 years ago.
No.
Hopefully, if I can have a say in this, I hope we can release the album in late 2024.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I hope so.
See, that's good. And you won't have a pandemic to affect you. Hopefully.
Hopefully. That's all.
So maybe if just Putin could take his shit, get the shit together,
and go home.
Go home, and let everything go back to normal. In that case as well, it's affect us quite hard here in Europe. The war that's going on, because it takes down the economics in every country is going down, and so every festival has to struggle. And just as they have this financial crisis in the festival organizations, they go for the secure band that they know draws people. So we are kind of new, as we said, we are on this level. We're on safe card for them to join, even if we're much cheaper than the other bands.
Right.
Saying that is like we're not into this for the money. We do it for no, that's true. We do it for the love of metal. So
right.
Yeah. And I think our next album, if we're going to talk about that, it's going to be even more maybe darker, but I think not that much symphonic.
No,
a little bit more straight up metal. Not going for the power metal part, but more like back maybe to the hard rock scene, if you know what I mean.
That's cool.
It's
cool.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Everything is in this what do you call it? Linda. In
I don't
Sweden.
know. Maybe in the cradle, maybe.
Cradle. Difficult word in English. Now we'll see how it works out and how it develops as we go into the studios and start to realize what kind of songs we want to do and what they're all about.
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, Cardinal Sin, brand new album S.A.L.I.G.I.A out in S.A.L.I.G.I.A, right? Am I pronouncing it right?
S.A.L.I.G.I.A.
Yeah.
S.A.L.I.G.I.A. Okay. That's it. Always want to make sure I'm saying it right. Believe me. Can't misspell an album, you know that. But it's a fantastic piece of metal, symphonic hard rock. You know, these guys really bring it. And get out and listen to them. You know I'll be spreading the word. And I wish you guys the best of luck with this album and everything that you do and have coming up. And I'd love to have you on the show again.
Just that you had us.
Hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
So have a good day, guys. Like I said, we'll be spreading the word. Get out, S.A.L.I.G.I.A.
Yeah.
Listen to it. Cardinal Sin, guys. Have a good day, guys. Thank you.